Shalom, I'm Sister Artana, House of Brother Zuriel, Seattle camp.
Shalom. So the first question is, why did you join IUIC and how long have you been with IUIC?
All right, I've been with IUIC almost 5 years now. I joined because I was growing real weary with where my life had been. All my life I had been searching. I know I had been asking questions. I knew that, you know, I always wondered who we were before the slave trade. I knew something wasn't right with the Christian church. And like I said, I was growing weary with where my life was at the present moment in the world and the things that I was doing. What is the second question? Because the second question, it goes into...
So it's what made you decide to look for the Most High?
Okay, so that's why I joined. So that question should probably come first. Okay, so what had happened was, like I said, I was, long story short, I was, I was running, I had a club, if anybody's familiar with that whole little motorcycle set thing. I did that all my whole life, my family, I grew up on that. And like I said, I was growing real weary with the fact that everybody, went die hard for what they call bylaws, right? And everything that I was seeing was so wicked because I had already been searching the scriptures myself, trying to find what was right. And then it just one day dawned on me that I'm cherry picking. One scripture is like, okay, I like this sounds real good, but another one that's cut me, I'm like, oh, maybe maybe the Most High didn't mean it that way. So long story short, I end up retiring my whole club. I realized that what I was doing wasn't beneficial to me, my children. I used to tell cats on the set, when it comes Judgment Day, the Most High is not going to care how many miles you got on your patch, if it says Prez, VP, whatever the case may be. So I would make a lot of posts on my old worldly Facebook page, scriptures, trying to get understanding. And my cousin Bella, she was like, Cuddy, a lot of the stuff you're saying, they're saying, you got to check this group out, IUIC. I was like, okay, well, whatever. I'll get to it when I get to it, because I've never been one to just really just jump on anybody's bandwagon type thing. I didn't know what to expect or what it was really. So I think it was probably about a couple of weeks later, I put on one of the videos she had sent me. And when I tell you, it was like, you would think the Seahawks won the Super Bowl in my house. Okay, I'm gonna tell you, I was up and down my hallway like, yes, I knew this was what it was. And I mean, that was the best day of my life, I promise you. So safe to say, from that moment on, I knew I was ready to be congregating. I knew what I was supposed to be doing with my life. I couldn't wait to get to congregating. Y'all know, because y'all came start, keeping my first Sabbath with me and all that, all praises, House of Officer Jonah. But yeah, so that's what it was. Like I said, I couldn't wait to soak up more of that information and further learn who I was and what I was supposed to be doing here, what my purpose was. That was one of the main things I wanted to know. What Most High, why am I here, God? What do you want from me? Because I want to do your will.
So the next question is, what scripture sealed the deal for you to walk in truth?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you. Okay, well, first of all, I was pissed because when I but when I found out slavery, the slave trade was in the scriptures, I've been going to church, off and on. I was raised in the church, the Baptist church, was baptized, and then as I got older, I was going to church. I never really could, really just. It wasn't something that I was never able to really just get all the way into, but I would go to this church for a minute and then fall away or whatever the case may be. So anyway, I was there long enough to know that someone could have told me and showed me Deuteronomy 28. And no one ever showed me Deuteronomy 28, Deuteronomy 22 and 5, just none of that. So when I read that, and when I saw, I think at the time when Bella was sending me, once I started going on YouTube and researching the videos, at the time, I think he may have been an officer, but Captain Jan, he was on fire in the streets. I was like, oh my God, this young brother, he's out here on fire. I was loving it. So I was, catching wind of Deuteronomy 28, that the slave trade was in the Bible. 1 Peter 2 and 9 is another one. and safe to say, Luke 17, remember Lot's wife. Real short scripture, but it's always one that stuck with me too. Because you know, when you grew up in the hood, been there, done that, you always got to keep that in mind too. There ain't nothing to look back to, ain't nothing worth the lake of fire for. That's how I look at it. So those are the few. I can't say it was one, but the few.
Oh, praises. So the next one is, what makes you continue to stay with IUIC?
Because I see that the Most High is truly working with IUIC. From the time I got here, and like I said, from the time I put on the first video, and everything was precept on precept, line upon line, everything was out of the Bible. I'm grabbing my Bible, I was like, oh my God, it really does say that. Like, how did I not know this, So then you start to congregate, and you start to, you see the order and the structure. And you see that everyone's going to be held accountable for their sins, unlike the Christian church where, come as you are, stay as you are, whatnot. No, here we are, we're all striving for that perfection, and the fact that the leadership is going to hold us to that and hold us accountable to that and hold us, you're not coming in here, you're not sliding with not being married, or you're not sliding with, being in some little fornication or this, that, and the third. You got to get it together, get it right, and get it right now, or set yourself around the corner or at home until you do get it together. I see Christ in leadership, and that's real talk. That's why I stay with IUIC. That's my family. Those that keep the commandments. That's my family. I left my worldly family behind. I look at the elders as my spiritual fathers and the elder women who've been striving in this truth. I mean, I think about Mother Shamar, Sister Mother Parya, and what I was doing 20 years ago, and they were starting, getting their foot wet in this truth 20, 25 years ago. And sometimes I think, damn, I wish I would have known this at that time. But of course, everything's on the Most High's time. I'll praise to the Most High. He put it on my spirit to show me when He did show me. But the fact that they've been striving in this for so long, and yes, I definitely look up to the spiritual mothers and the things that they've had to endure and learn, and the hardships that it may have been for them going along the way that we may not have necessarily deal with right now, because we have so much access to so much information off top. And so I truly appreciate that, and that's why I truly stay with IUIC. I love my family. I can't get enough.
All praises. So the last question is, what's your favorite scripture?
Oh my God, favorite? Favorite. I would probably say, well, I can't even say there's a favorite. Oh my goodness. I don't know, like I said, I do reflect a lot on remember Lot's wife. Like I said, if some of us coming up, we've been through a whole lot, and had it all, lost it all, had it again, and whatever the case may be. But like I said, there's nothing worth the lake of fire for. And it's so sad that you got so many people that are falling away, or that think that the glitz and the glam of this world is worth something to chase. Trust me, it's not. So